Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shaira and I post planner and lettering videos on this channel. So today I actually have two kind of plan with me spreads here, technically three. I'll show you one that I kind of just did off camera really quickly, but this was for the week of inauguration, which was also my birthday week, and so I did two separate spreads for those two things, and so you'll kind of see like almost the same plans in like two different spreads in this video. But yeah, really quickly, I'm going to show you this one spread that I did off camera. I just did it for like the second week of January, I believe. And this is using a kit from Sticky Essentials. And like I said, I just did it offline because I just kind of wanted some time to myself to plan. All right, so now we can get into planning the week of January 18th through the 24th. I'm using two different kits, like I said, and they are both from Scribble Prints Co. I didn't flip through them in the beginning, but you'll see them a little bit later. One is an inauguration kit, which I'm using in my Cloud Planner, and then the birthday kit I'm using in my Wonton in a Million insert, which some of y'all might have seen me use it a couple of months ago. I like to do like one-off spreads there because it is undated, though to be fair, my inserts in my Cloud Planner I also undated, but yeah, I just kind of see it as like my Cloud Planner is like the main planner, and then I just have that as a separate. So I'm just flipping through the sheets of this kit. I'll be very honest with y'all, I filmed this all in one day, and it got kind of late, and so towards the end, especially for the birthday half of the spread, there were some pieces that I kind of like didn't put in frame or something like that, but you'll see the full spread towards the end anyways. But yeah, so I know I haven't uploaded in a little over a week. I feel like that's kind of unlike me lately, but I've just been so busy with life and all that, and so I just haven't really had a lot of energy to really plan slash film. I'm going to do a couple of spreads just offline for myself, similarly to that other spread that I did. But yeah, so I just haven't had a lot of motivation to really film stuff right now. I've just been really exhausted with work, and then like after work I have just been playing video games most of the day because I just want to do mindless stuff lately. And I feel like planning, obviously, even if it's memory keeping, takes a lot more energy than I hope for it to sometimes. So hope y'all don't mind, but I definitely want to like get in a couple of spreads here and there. It might just not be as often as I was doing before this. But yeah, it's a really busy time for my work right now. So I'm hoping once that's done that I kind of pick back up on some of these things. So, but yeah, anyways, I did two different planning styles for each spread. This one is more of the structured one where I used glitter headers kind of in between, and then I structured the full boxes like where they're quote unquote supposed to go, like where they were intended to go, just like with how they're designed and all that. And so if you are not familiar with what that is, a planner brand back in the day had like headers and then like a space, which is the full box. And so when kits were first originally designed, that was kind of the structure it was following. I know in a lot of my spreads I tend to not follow that, but I do like doing that every so often, especially when I just don't feel as inspired, or if I just need like a little bit more structure so that I can just keep going versus overthink where I want to place things. So for this inauguration kit, I wanted to use silvers as my foil for this one, and then you'll see what foil I use later for the other kit. So I figured I'd talk through just, I don't know, inauguration related stuff during this first half of the plan with me, and then the latter half I'll talk about like what I did for my birthday and all that. But obviously, this has been almost a month ago now. I've been talking about catching up forever, but I think I've just kind of taken a step back and told myself that I'm going to catch up like offline even and all that. But yeah, so obviously on January 20th, which is actually the day after my birthday, so my birthday is January 19th. So obviously Joe Biden was inaugurated as the 46th president of the United States, and a big part of that is obviously Kamala Harris becoming the first female vice president, but more importantly, she is also the first Black and South Asian vice president. It's such an exciting thing, and I know a lot of y'all have probably already either talked about it or just, obviously understand the impact of it. But I think the biggest thing that it means for me is just seeing a woman break the glass ceiling is such an exciting thing. That's something I tend to look at my work every day. I work in the tech industry, and tech is a big, there's a lot of men, and it's very, I don't know, there's less women in the field, and um, it's hard sometimes being a woman in tech, because there's a lack of respect sometimes depending on what company you're working with. I'm really lucky where my company highly values women. I see women in leadership positions at my company, and so that gives me a lot of hope. And I feel like seeing, Kamala become vice president also gives that same feeling of like knowing that people like me can be in places like that. But yeah, so it was obviously really exciting. The other thing about inauguration that got me a little bit teary eyed was just the hope for immigrants everywhere in the US. And I don't think I really need to explain why there's a sense of hope there. But if y'all didn't know, which I know a lot of y'all probably already do, I myself am an immigrant. I migrated to the US just a little under 10 years ago. And I was 16. I didn't really know what was going on, but my mom had migrated here well before me to kind of set me up for success and set my family up for success. And so I owe it to an immigrant, for the life that I live now. And so, just the negative connotation behind immigration over the last couple of years has made me really sad. So it's kind of nice to know that now there's a little bit more of that. I think it's still sad to me that, half the country value just superiority over other races and just don't see the benefit in immigration, just because diversity in and of itself makes us better as people, as a country, and all that. And I feel like most of my followers, I really don't need to convince you of that. But, anyways, I always like to think that all of us, in one way or another, don't truly own this land. We're all immigrants in some form. We all came to the US either through our ancestors or, us ourselves and all that. So, it's exciting to me to know that friends and family who are dreamers, and all that, have a little bit more hope and can breathe a little better, that, this administration, values that. Though, like I said, we still need to hold our elected officials accountable, regardless of what they say at the beginning. I think it's been nice already that I know we're not even that far in the first 100 days. I think we're in the first 30, probably. I don't want to count how many days it's been, but I think there's already been a lot of things that Joe Biden has been trying to do, trying to change with how we have been doing things over the last few months. So, yeah, I'm a little bit more hopeful about all of that. But anyways, I've mostly gone through this entire spread. Let me just talk through just some of the things I did here. Like I mentioned, I did do just the structure with the glitter headers. Most of the things are from the kit. I used overlays, which are from Sticky Essentials. I just did like the corner ones for the most part. And then other than that, I've pulled in a lot of silver foiled stuff, just to accent, what's going on. I feel like American flag related stuff goes really well with silver, just because of like the nature of the colors. So I figured that would be a great kind of match there. But as for the rest of the spread, what else did I do? I added some silver foiled star date covers, or date numbers, or date dots. That's what they're called, date dots, from the Giving Girl, because they didn't really exactly match the kit, but I felt like they matched the vibe. And I know that cut off really abruptly. I didn't realize that while I was filming, like I mentioned, and I know this first half is a little fuzzy. I breezed through just going through the pages. I think the main thing is that the format is almost exactly the same as the other kit. Only difference is just the full box and obviously the colors. So this birthday kit is like mermaid-ish themed. Oh, there, I flipped through all of the pages right there. But so I chose this kit because, well, one, I was already ordering the inauguration kit from Scribble Prints Co. And I felt like this would be a cute kit. I have been into mermaids before, not so much lately. I feel like I'm more into like galaxy vibes and all that lately, but it ties really well because these colors are all like my main favorite colors. So I tend to skew towards blues and pinks and purples as like my main favorites. For this spread, I did kind of change it up a little bit, doing it more so just like my typical style, I guess, with planning, where I tend to just go from top to bottom and just kind of sprinkle the full boxes wherever I feel like it. Because this is the A5 wide insert from Wonton in a Million, the bottom washi section is actually really short, so it's only half the size. So I did cut down the washi really quickly, and then I overlaid these like foiled overlays that I wanted to use for this week. So I didn't show them, unfortunately, but they're these really pretty tie-dyed blue, silver, and gold foiled overlays from Murdoch Talks. She had sold them a while back, and I had fully intended on using them sometime in the winter. I didn't quite know which kit I'd use it for. I felt like it matched this spread really well, and so I mixed in a fair amount of golds with this one, just because I don't tend towards golds enough. So I figured blues and silvers are more like cool toned, and there was gold in the main foil that I was using. You might see it a little bit as like some of those pieces shift around, like they're there. But I did add more gold as like the underlays that I was using here. So I have these full glitter dot like overlays. They're also from Sticky Essentials. I think most of my overlays are actually from them. So I did use them under some of the sections, almost like bougie boxes. I added a little less structure than I think a lot of people put in, but what I tried to do was I tried to put the bougie box or the underlay in between two sections that were solid, so between like a full box and a half box or something like that. Just because I felt like it ended the section really nicely. It kind of sandwiched the section really well. But yes, and it added a lot of good foil kind of just coverage all over the spread. But yeah, as for my birthday, it was my 25th birthday. I always joke around about the fact that I'm one of the youngest of most of my friends because I graduated college a little bit earlier. But I always joked around about the fact that I can't rent a car. Everyone else has to do it for me whenever we go on trips and all that, though obviously that's not much of a thing lately. But yeah, so now I can finally do that without paying the underage driver fee or something like that. But yeah, I feel like since my 21st birthday, which was obviously not that long ago, I haven't been the hugest thing on like birthdays just because there isn't really a whole lot to look forward to, like as in milestone wise for birthdays. But I feel like, 30 is one of those, 40 and all that. But yeah, I feel like 25 is just another number in between kind of thing. So I didn't really do much. I mean, one, because COVID is obviously still a thing. And at this point in time, a lot of things were actually closed because of California regulation and all that. But what we did for my birthday was we kind of almost celebrated it for the full week. So we got a lot of like good food, good dinners across the entire week. We got hibachi the night of my birthday. We got it from this local black owned business, which I had never tried before. But I actually got Yelp Elite over the last, well, basically this year. I think I mentioned maybe in a previous video. But so I've been looking to try many new small businesses, especially like local businesses, especially because of that, because then I could, see what's out there and kind of, write reviews about it and all that. So that's something I've been doing a little bit. Aside from that, I really wanted Dairy Queen, and so my boyfriend ordered Dairy Queen one day, and I got my Oreo Blizzard. I know it's probably like such a small thing, but it was just something that I really wanted. And then we just had a lot of great dinners. My boyfriend made lengua tacos at home at some point, and we also had like a fancier steak dinner just that we just kind of cooked for ourselves towards the end of the week. But yeah, I know when I was filming this, there were some parts that are kind of cut off because I didn't move my planner down enough, but you'll kind of see it towards the end. I do apologize. Like I said, I filmed this in one day, and it was later in the evening, and I kind of was just trying to get through it. But I am getting towards the end of this spread now. Because it is like pretty much the exact same plans as the earlier half of this plan with me, or the first spread and all that, there isn't really much to talk about. And I did use a lot of the stickers in that foiled like pack basically from Murdoch Talks, so that's mostly what I used. Here's the full spread of the inauguration kit. I know it's a little shiny on the top corners, but here's the leftovers there as well. Like I said, used silver foil for this one. And then I'm going to show you really quickly the other one for my birthday. So you can kind of see like the tie-dyed blue, gold, silver, and then leftovers for this kit as well. I know this video has been a little bit of a hot mess, a bit all over the place, and it was especially ambitious to do 2 spreads in one video when you're in a little bit of a funk, but regardless, hope y'all enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time. Bye!